Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State on Sunday said Boko Haram is still carrying out pockets of attacks in Sambisa Forest, Lake Chad and Mandate Hills. According to Zulum, we still have pockets of Boko Haram attacks, especially in the fringes of Lake Chad and Sambisa Game Reserve and Mandari Hills. Recently, there was an attack on Chadan subjects by Boko Haram, and because of these reasons, the Chadan authorities have taken a strong decision to repel Boko Haram and ISWAP insurgents in their territories. Last 2 weeks, a community was attacked, and we lost some subjects. About a week ago, insurgents attacked the headquarters of Kukawa local government, where the Nigerian military killed about 50 of them while seizing some numbers of their machines. So if I think you were right, it's not you, because there is no need to tighten our belts with the aim of defeating the remnants of insurgents. Barrister, we've been going on about the insecurity in the north back and forth, and then most of the concern we have is the issue of the new terrorist group, the Lakurewa, and then the other ones, what have you. And then the Boko Haram issue has been on during the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari, even during the time of Jonathan, if I'm not mistaken, and it's been and it's still up till now. Why do you think there has not been a case where this can be sorted out? Why is this terrorist group Boko Haram still allowed to cause mayhem in the country?
I think it was late Abacha who said that when insurgents last more than 24 hours, you know that the government is involved. And he's very right. That is from the angle of, you may call it, security quarters. It's very right. You see, this insecurity that is going on is a government investment. You may ask me how.
Yes, how, please.
Now, I'm gradually mastering you because I'm guessing how.
Because you're always trying to guess my.
How you are.
Because I want to ask you.
Now, let me say this to you. Last time I mentioned, what's the name of this governor? Bello. Or Bauchi State. This is a chief executive who announced, his videos are all over the internet, that Allah gave Nigeria as territorial headquarters for Muslims around the world, that they should come to Nigeria. You see, all these insurgents you are hearing about, they are mining solid mineral resources in Nigeria. And they are also involved in human organ harvest. Most of this killing you are hearing about is a very huge investment that is going on. And let me say this.
So this terrorist attacks, in quote, like the Boko Haram situation, is a man-made situation.
It's man-made. Those in government in that state, they know. These people are here mining solid mineral resources and selling to foreigners. They know. The government knows. That's why sometimes I get very angry. It's an issue I'm familiar with. In the north, in the west, their youth are mining their solid mineral resources. It is only in the oil and gas producing areas that you have task force and court being used to annihilate and depopulate the youth, killing them and tagging them economic saboteurs. It's very unfortunate. And I have placed a curse on anybody who is killing this youth, and their blood is being spilled, their blood is crying before God every day. According to Professor David Hoods, he says every lawyer of experience knows that in any case, that there is the plaintiff's truth, there is the defendant's truth, there is the witness's truth, there is the judge's truth, and there is another truth which is only known to God. I call it the fifth truth. By the audacity of the fifth truth, I insist that Nigeria is rolling on the principle of armed robbery, on fairness, and on just principles, and we cannot advance in this direction for too long. What's going on here? People use law as instrument of oppression, suppression, and repression, and people keep quiet. They are killing our youth here. Globally, if Nigeria had if other nations had the advantage that Nigeria has, the youth of the oil-producing area would have been the huge beneficiaries. Government would have collaborated with them and give them smart training for them to handle or pioneer the refining of our crude oil locally for the benefit of all Nigerians before they will bring in foreign partners. But here the reverse is the case. Just like the silly story we are hearing that the president went to France as if we do not have manpower here to go and sign power. I hope that issue comes up here. So it's unfortunate what is going on here. And I've said it. If we are keeping quiet like Mumu, let me use that, permit me to use that phrase. If we are keeping quiet like Mumu, see the drama that is playing out at Port Harcourt refinery. Nigeria that has globally recognized comparative economic advantage in the production of crude oil. Few criminal minds within corridor of power, particularly the petroleum minister and his co-economic travelers, have insisted that Nigeria will never refine our crude oil locally. And people are keeping quiet and Nigerians are dying. Even those who have money to buy drugs, there's no good food on which that drug will work. And people are dying. And then they are coming here to tell us, are they talking to fools? Do they think that Nigerians are brainless, idiots, incapable of rational thinking? We know what is going on. And if you know the money they are sharing every month under the guise of security votes, Zamfara State is exporting her own crude oil at gold privately. And they are selling and making their millions. So then you are killing the youth here.
I wanted to get your thoughts. What do you think they have not? Why do you think they have decided to let us Boko Haram insurgents linger for?
I have told you. Did you hear recently? Nurubadu. I don't want to use certain words. Please, you can't I'm just trying to restrain myself.
You can't use certain words here.
If not, what I said about Lagbaja is what I would have said about him, because I am seeing a yes. What I'm seeing that's going to happen in this country is natural revolution. Since they have decided to deal with Nigeria in the manner, incorrigible manner that they are doing, let nature judge them one by one. But waiting for God to do the things we are expected to do, always lengthen things. A lot of people will die and go. In fact, I am so afraid of the National Assembly.
So, Barrister, what do you think is the way forward about the situation right now?
See, let me tell you. You see the Nigerian security architecture. That is our brothers and sisters who belong to the security agents. They are one of the best in the world. If you go to US and UK and they bring out Nigerians in their medical sectors, you will be shocked. You will be shocked.
Like the statistics I got that the best Nigerians they have in diaspora, the best doctors they have in diaspora are Nigerians.
That is the truth about it. That is the truth about it. I'm telling you. Under political economics, I can tell you, all that is going on is a game. I know it. Because if Nigeria has right leadership, Europe will shake. Do you understand it? That is the game that is going on. Europe will practically shake because most Nigerians will return home. Because, look, let me tell you, home is home.
Yes.
If you are married and you are relocated, you go abroad, look, a time will come in your life when you will be homesick.
You want to come
home. You will think about your people, your classmates, people you grew up with. You ask about them. You want to come home. There is always that natural tendency. Even though we are talking about globalization, global citizen, like my mentor said, that formerly we used to have citizen. Now we are having netism. A citizen of the net. 24 hours you are on the net. And that is the reality on the ground. But home is home. Most Nigerians abroad, they are unhappy when they meet, even on professional level. They are unhappy.
Because now the question would be, why am I coming back to a home that is not safe for me?
I've told you that life is everything. If you want to know the value of life, when you go to the hospital, you know that health is everything. When you go to prison, you know that freedom is everything.
True.
When you go to the graveyard, you know that life, that the Bible is true when it says a living dog is better than a dead lion. This is the reality. Nigerians are yearning to come back home. I'm sure right now across the globe we are hearing uprising on the part of IPOB and the rest of them. What is leading to this? You realize that federal government is still conducting civil war in 1967. And that's what I call political calculus of this country. You have men who had something between their ears, professors, doctors. When they speak, you should listen to them. Dancing this naked dance of evil, supporting evil here and there. You see professors instead of invention in Nigeria here, they are being recruited to validate electoral fraud. Professors who are supposed to be inventors. What a shame. They are there on campuses, not all of them. They are responsible professors.
Well, Barrister,
do you understand
I'm sorry to cut you
short. So it's so sad what is
I
going
wanted
on.
to know what you feel is the way forward about this whole Boko Haram insurgents and all
if the government is serious,
terrorist groups.
I'm not bothered about any new name. Okay. The government, when you hear the name bandit, is the government giving them baptismal name that they are not going to call them terrorists? Why the former Attorney General run to court to criminalize IPOB? IPOB that says open Port Harcourt seaport. That is the largest seaport in the whole of Nigeria. Open Calabar seaport. Build the East-West road. Why did they tag them terrorist group? Why? Why is Mazi Mandikano in DSS custody?
We're not agitating.
No. Look, see, let me tell you. Let me say something to you.
Okay.
In this building, we have the privilege of being in this neighborhood, and we are aware that there is a crime being organized in the next compound. Other thieves are operating there. And we fail to use our opportunity to call security agents to come for their rescue. Don't be surprised. The next attack will start from this building.
Okay.
Nature is in action in that direction. I've seen injustice. I have witnesses. And when I see one, I recognize it. I am not talking about injustice in the direction I'm talking about because I belong to IPOB. No. Justice. Rule of law. These are sacrosanct things that you don't play with. Once you double standard, you play around it. You heard recently that what do you call it? State Congress were held in this state in defiance of 2 court order. You will drive yourself to a point. Even speed train has a destination. Whose law says, provided elastic limit is not exceeded, force is directly proportional to extension. There is an end to everything, inclusive of evil. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
So when you are doing something that is wrong, you are playing double standard. Did you know here recently the army said that how many thousands of Boko Haram have surrendered? These are foreign terrorists. They are not Nigerians. Let me shock you. These are they are terrorists from Sahel that came into Nigeria. That were brought in by the past government to destabilize what do you call it?
We do not have proof that the past government actually brought the terrorists into the country.
You do not have a proof of that. But they permitted them to cross the boundary. Who are the people that
would be the question.
Who are the people? How did they come into this country? How did they come into this country?
That's not a topic for discussion right now, Barrister.
So there are things that it's like telling me, no, stay here, talk. Don't touch this table. Don't touch the table. Remove the table. You tell me you can talk, but don't put your don't near this table. Don't touch your hand on this table.
That's not the thought.
I will tell you remove the table.
No, that's not the thing. Is I just want to also talk about the Boko Haram insurgents because it's been on for a very long time. You see this Boko Haram,
I have told you, these are my categorical statement on them.
Okay.
The Boko Haram we have now, the terrorists we have in Nigeria, there's nothing like Boko Haram. They are terrorists. The bandits, they are terrorists.
And they are man-made.
They are man-made.
That's your thought.
These people, if the government is honest, just like the government, if it is honest, would have ended this current economic holocaust. Long time ago. If the government is serious, that day will come and they will tell the terrorists, they will read the riot act for them and tell the Nigerian security agents to go to work. Look at it. Let me end up on this note.
Okay.
Oshomole move a motion at the National Assembly that they have done their investigation and realize that there is a lapse between the heads of security agents.
Yes.
That when they give them money to buy particular thing to combat these terrorists, that they divert the money. That what they need to do now is to play their role, which we call oversight function. And now said, I am moving a motion. We are now henceforth going to play our oversight function. If we release money, approve money for the army, and we say they should buy modern AK-47, we will make sure that they buy modern AK-47. And we will also ensure that they are combat ready to combat these terrorists so that our farmers can have peace to go
And
to
live
farm
in
and
their
produce
house.
food. Do you understand?
Yes.
For the populace as a way of tackling this food insecurity. Do you know what happened at the National Assembly? They voted against that motion and shut it down.